Oh, you're coming in.
And we're back.
Yes, we are. Hi. Can you adjust your volume a tiny bit? And
testing.
Let's see. Your skull appears to be... there it goes. Okay, I just have a big stream delay right now. Yep, switch sounds intensify. I figure y'all here in the background guts the stream actually would create some anticipation. How are you doing today, Francine?
It really is just a direct call, isn't it? I'm still kind of tired after travel and stuff like that, but it'll be good to do this, get back into like the regular routine. You know, it's been almost a week since we started flying, but 2 days of travel will take it out of you, especially when you are as nervous of a flyer as I am, and
you're going across the whole ocean too.
Well, that wasn't the easy part. That's the part I didn't mind. Getting on a 7-hour flight or like a 9-hour flight or hell, 14-hour flight when you're on like a nice big like triple aisle like massive flying fortress or whatever, like a big palace in the sky, like a Boeing A380 or something. That's easy. Like you barely feel the turbulence. It's super smooth the whole way. You've got IFE and like in-flight entertainment and Wi-Fi and everything. When you get for an hour and a half onto a tiny little like flying washing machine and go from one small American airport to another, that terrifies the shit out of me. That makes my body dump 100% of its adrenaline. I can't stand
washing
that stuff,
machine. You're not going in a private airplane. You're going in a commercial flight, but all directions, right?
I mean, yes, but how? Okay, have you flown from like a small region? You've flown from small regional airports before, right? Have you ever been on like a CRJ 900, like the ones that have like only one row of seats on one side because like
never.
They're that small. You can't stand. If you stand up, your head bumps the ceiling. Like
no, I never been on something like that. That is a new experience. I could see why for someone who's a nervous flyer that would be kind of an experience.
Yeah, to be honest,
I've been on a smaller airplane, but I've not been in one like that.
It's still better than flying private though, because if I did do the evil thing of chartering a private plane for the insane expense of flying from Dallas to Lawton, which is a 15-minute flight, then I would be on an even smaller plane, because all the private planes that would be within my range would be like Honda jets and shit, the kind of thing that is like a flying taxi functionally. I hate that kind of shit. Anyhow, yeah. So tired but good. Excited for this. I feel like dungeon progression is going to be really interesting for us, because up until this point all the live action that we've done, not live action, all the open world action that we've had is very like sprawling and like there's a lot of distractions and things going on. This is just like linear progress. There are no side quests inside this dungeon. There are no abscesses. We go from the beginning to the end, number of floors, and we'll finish it.
You know, so if you think about it though, the actual first dungeon in this game is the school.
You know, you're right. Actually, that is a dungeon, isn't it? I didn't really think of it that way.
Yeah, it really is. I didn't even think about it till now. Went, you know what? That's probably the dungeon. Actually, this is technically the second dungeon. Damn, done bamboozled.
This is definitely the most dungeon-ass dungeon up until this point, though. Like in terms of being a big evil castle with floor numbers and stuff.
Well, I mean, you know, school's pretty horrible for a lot of people. You know, it's a dungeon in the best of times, anyway. Add some demons in there. Is it really that much worse?
I mean, yeah, we saw some pretty horrible bullying going on at that school. So, like, did it actually maybe get better with the introduction of the demons? Like, just on an average overall? Because some of the demons were nice. Like,
some of those demons are like, man, there's some real female bullying going on at this school, and that's unacceptable. The teachers are refusing to get involved. Anyways,
see that sprinting horseman?
Yeah. I wanna catch him. We gotta beat him in his own game. He thinks he's so cool, huh? Fucking just pull his tail and swing on Mars. Oh shit! Yeah! Holy crap, this is cool as hell.
I totally forgot that there's a unique dungeon battle track.
Alright, horseman. Your schlong's all rippling around. Oh yeah, I mean, you know, if you want some good, like, furry demon stuff here, this game's got it. This game's got all kinds of demons. Got a demon for every taste.
He's been hanging around looking like this ever since Louis Le Breton drew him like that for the Dictionnaire Infernal.
So, like,
Erebus has always been a prancing horseman.
So the thing that gets me about these guys, though, why I think they're cool, is because they got the Digigrade legs, alright, which are always a welcome sight. But also the fact that they're kind of hunched over too.
Yeah, they got a real
monster.
They got a lot of characters to them. One thing that you'll notice here, so their idle pose here with the arms going up and down like that is based on their appearance in prior SMT games and some of their art associated with that. When they lean back and do that kind of like weird arm stretch thing, they're actually taking on the pose that Orobas is depicted in the Dictionnaire Infernal, the design that Kaneko based it on, which is a really nice little detail that they added in there.
They're demons, it's okay. But Scribe Hiho, thank you so much. Oh, and that's your Prime subscription too. Yeah, you use those. Use those on any streamer you feel like it. You feel like using them on, because Twitch doesn't auto-renew those. And that's just free money on the table you can give to an aspiring content creator, such as myself. To be honest though, if I got like a lot of money from this stream, I would probably give you a kick, Francine. But I get so little, there's like really nothing to divide.
Oh my god, no, I couldn't possibly take that.
Well, if I was making a living, is what I'm saying, you would be getting a cut.
What am I gonna do with the cash? I'm a skull. I don't even eat food, I don't think.
Maybe it's skull
Just pour
food.
some soda just pour some soda on top of the skull every now and then, I'll be fine.
How do you feel about pilk? 'Cause that's all we have here.
You know, I saw a tweet the other day where someone said that pilk wasn't that bad, and they described it as like basically like a weird soda float. And you know, described it like that, I was suddenly like, oh, okay, this thing went from being like NyQuil chicken levels of disgusting in my brain to like, I could understand why a person might be able to tolerate it.
So
I don't think it's good, but like, it's not like I don't put ice cream in. I put ice cream in soda before. Like,
it's typically root beer you do that with, not Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper probably wouldn't be a bad one.
Oh, I've done it. When I was younger, I used to do it all the time with just regular Coke, because we didn't have root beer. Root beer wasn't really something I became familiar with until I was much older and going to the States and stuff. They don't really have it over here.
That's more of an American thing, I see. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you can get root beer here, but it's bad root beer and it's import root beer. Like, even the bad stuff is like imported from the States.
Yeah, like, that thing of root beer is, I personally find that if it's a lower quality root beer, I'd rather just kind of go without the root beer. I only like the nicer root beers.
IBC is my favorite brand, which I was introduced to by my wife while we were checking it out in Walmart, in Lawton. The IBC is a good root beer, comes in glass bottles. That said, a couple of years ago, we went to the Lawton International Food Festival, and there was a lot of really delicious food there and so forth. I got a giant mug, like a giant beer tankard that once you bought it, you were allowed to refill it infinitely from this food truck that was just selling like root beer or whatever. And I was walking around with this giant frothing mug of root beer, and we walked past a stall that had like a very old man and his wife sitting at it, just like a little homemade stall. Like they didn't even have their own bottles. They had lots of like other bottles and like old wine bottles and stuff that they had like put their own labels on. Okay, hold on. Let's just see what this guy's got to say.
Yeah, let me do the horse. I think I got a good horse voice.
Yeah, go ahead. Godspeed.
DNC's being good spirits. Good to speed due to the new moon. You want me to join you? Okay, I'll make this easy for you. Now then. Take one dark dampener. Sure. I can buy more. Yeah, okay. Have the money. And a lifestone? Absolutely. Go nuts on those lifestones. You can have as many lifestones as you want, honestly. It takes like 10, and my grandma's like giving you a bunch of the candies in the dish you've been sneaking the whole night. Get Beast Orobas. It's like, we don't have one of these guys, and I have space. Might as well grab it. If I can grab it.
This is why earlier I think we had the option to fuse one, and I was like, don't bother. We will have more Orobas than we know what to do with very shortly.
There's so many. But yeah, the majestic herds.
So this old man sitting there surrounded by all of these like old bottles and stuff that he had put new labels on that were all filled with root beer that he had made. Ooh. And he yelled out to me and was like, "Hey, what are you drinking there?" And I was like, root beer." And he said, "That ain't root beer. This is root beer. Come over here and I'll show you root beer." And he gave me a glass of root beer. You know, it wasn't the best root beer in the world, but it was really fucking good. It was kind of a slightly different take. It was much sweeter and kind of flatter. And I liked it so much that I did indeed buy a whole wine bottle of the stuff, and then it was gone like a couple of hours after you got back to the house, because you can't actually fit that much root beer in a small wine bottle like that, as it turns out. But yeah, it was really fucking good, and the memory was certainly one I will treasure forever.
Oh, on the subject of milk too, the way I understand it is that the Dr. Pepper actually curdles the milk, so you kind of have to drink it fast.
Okay, so here's the thing. I didn't know that Pilk's soda component was intended to be Dr. Pepper. I assumed it was Pepsi.
Was it Pepsi?
I think it's Pepsi.
I might be doing some weird version, and I keep thinking it's actually Pepsi. You know, you're right. So, why did I think it's Dr. Pepper? Because it starts with a P, that's why.
You put like something acidic in milk, it's gonna do stuff to it.
Yeah, Nekar could be ashamed of me, and honestly, I'm ashamed of myself. Oh, look at that pose. Dr. Pilk.
Arobas is supposed to be gifted with the art of divination. You call upon him from the Gosho when you want to know events occurring in the future.
I've been watching a lot of, actually, a fair number of monster-themed anime lately, so I'm getting a little bit more familiar with some Japanese stuff. A little bit more familiar, like, let's see, we watched interviews with Monster Girls, and I read the manga because I had the whole story in it, and started reading the spin-off. And the spin-off deals a bit more with the occult kind of stuff. It's literally called Occult Chance Wants to Help, at least translated.
Any new favorites?
I mean, out of like the occult book, unfortunately I've only seen six chapters translated. Anything that's extra-dimensional, which is what that mostly deals with, is what I tend to like. Anything like, one of the ones that's really startling was talking about ghost that only appears when you look through like cracks in small places.
Oh, I don't think I'm familiar with that one. There's a lot of like, there are a lot of like really obscure or like relatively obscure Japanese yokai and or like urban legend ghosts and stuff like that in both the modern and ancient traditions that swim in and out of awareness as far as the larger public is concerned, and very often some of them will be attested to by like literally just one particular painting that was done by an artist or whatever, who may or may not have just invented them in like the 1600s or something. Or alternatively, how familiar are you with Shigeru Mizuki?
Not at all.
He is the author of Gegege no Kitaro, which is a very long-running classic Japanese series about a young boy who lives in a graveyard and is the latest in a long family of sort of spiritualists who take care of the boundary between humans and spirits. So he's raised by yokai. His dad is a little yokai who's just an eyeball with like arms and legs.
All right. Oh, we're not taking ice block, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I'd rather just use items. So the other one we're watching, we just got through the first season, is Inspector, but it's a pun, you see.
Also not familiar with that one.
That has perhaps one of my, a character I kin very strongly as one of the main characters of it, because she is so much, and you know what? I love being so much as well. But that deals with someone who was picked by spirits to be their goddess of wisdom. And
interesting.
Part of that bargaining too is she had to sacrifice an eye and a leg, one to see supernatural, or one to communicate with the gods, and another to communicate with the spirits. Each thing missing corresponds with that communication.
Trading something for supernatural boons is very classic in a lot of different myth systems.
And she traded to be their goddess of wisdom. Like, all the spirits go to her, like, you know, mom, when something is bothering them. You know what?
So kind of like Kitaro in Gege no Kitaro, because this whole thing is like oh, if there's a dispute between humans and yokai, like it's up to me to resolve it and so forth. Very long running series. Mizuki himself was like very well known for basically kind of reviving the tradition of like depicting and documenting yokai and ghost stories and stuff in Japan, and created like a massive interest in it in the modern era. He did enormous numbers of books where he would just like lavishly recount, and like he would actually go to different parts of the world and talk to people directly and like document their ghost stories and their monsters and stuff.
In these streams,
yeah, I think I mentioned before because of course Mizuki's work is kind of this huge keystone that not many people are aware of for SMT as well. So many of the designs that Mizuki did then like got grandfathered via Kaneko into SMT, and also a handful of monsters that he just this is the thing I was getting to. Sometimes Mizuki would just fuck around and he would invent one. Not because he was trying to be deliberately deceitful, but he just found it funny to like throw in like, and this one's fake, and let's see if you can tell which one it is or whatever. And a handful of those just kind of became part of like the general like landscape of spiritualism and stuff like that. And they're in SMT as well.
It's also the abiding idea, and it's not just SMT that does this, other stuff does it too. The idea of like naming something can create it.
Some walls in this area have been known to produce powerful gusts of wind. Even the stronger demons like us get blown away. That said, the wind doesn't blow all the time. With the right timing, you can pass through.
But yeah, I do like the idea of like thought influencing a reality. Like in fiction, it's really fun. In fact, Spectre does deal with a little bit of that itself.
That's a big mechanic in SMT4, the power of observation, the ability for humans and the worshippers of gods to change the nature of the gods by changing how they perceive them.
Oh, whoa. Hey, Oberon. I feel like we've seen Anu before.
I think we've seen Nue before in Fusion, but we have yet to encounter one in person. So that might be a great opportunity to try and.
Man, this guy's got a really good face. I kind of want to do it, but I'll let you take it if you want.
No, you go for it. You go for it.
Okay. Something about that face speaks deep into my soul. Never seen a demon like you? Seems strange. Very strange. What response we give the demon? Friendly response. You're not so bad. Tell me more things. Your hair is so long. Why?
Why is your hair so long, Nue?
It's fashionable. Ah, not so fast. I am better looking than you. That means you have to give me a prize. Okay. Yep, good. I was hoping you're meeting.
Adorable.
I think. Give me money. Yeah, sure. Here's your money. Tell me more things. Light shard. Absolute. I don't need the light shards as badly as I need the heavier ones. Another. What if you asked for something else, like some life stones? Yeah, you know what? I like that more. Yes, I am satisfied. I'm wilder than you. The hunt is on. Got a little chimera tail, kind of thing, little snake tail. I mean, we have a big gummy worm. Get Urlunger's essence from the item behind him, too. Hey, Urlunger, we found your
essence of gummy worm.
We found your essence.
You want this back?
I like trying to put it in, it just falls back out. Oh, wow. There's a lot of news out there today. Yeah, they say no news is good news.
Good news. We both tried that at the same time.
Absolutely, though. That's how we do it. Just cram it all in. Oh, you got the drop. You are my prey now. You want to live? Give me money and you can live. Fuck off. And I will eat you whole. Does your mouth open that large? It might. Jovian isn't exactly like the sickest. Oh, wind? Yeah, we got one of those. In fact, there's a lot of news here. Okay, I can use any of that. Pop. Right, you're immune to lightning. Bam. Oh, you lived. Yeah, this guy's pretty good. It's the face, I think, that really seals the deal for me. Oh, yep, Endure kicked in. We'd love to see it. Alright, finish him off, Oberon.
Tragic.
Well, that was a hell of a scream.
Yeah. The first new A that I picked up, you always pick up in SMT3, is actually like one of the best healers you can get early in the game because it comes with a full samurai karm and diorama and all sorts of stuff well before you're normally able to get them.
Oh, nice.
A little bit of popping.
A little bit of pop. Yeah, it happens. They gotta smooth in themselves a little bit. Alright, we're gonna... No, not that. We're gonna just go do a little party swap here. You don't have anything I could use, right? You have Megiddo, really.
Oh, that's Agidine. Any Dine ability wielding, like, demon is definitely of value to some degree. If we encounter anything that's vulnerable to fire, that's gonna fucking whip ass.
What is his... Magic Light? Pretty good, actually. That's not bad.
Oh, yeah, no, Orobus is no slouch.
Yeah, I mean, not as good as, you know, this guy, but that's hardly a fair comparison.
Coming with a free Dine ability is pretty damn good, I gotta say,
Shady
for like a random
way.
guy at this stage.
Shady Broker does sound like a rap name. Alright, anyways, let's go do a little swap out. I'm gonna swap out that Black Frost. It's good of you, Ben. Let's get Yoshitsune back in, because he just kind of whips ass almost in any situation.
Like such as Yoshitsune.
Like, the only time he doesn't whip ass is if they're, like, resistant or immune to physical. Have we gotten one of you gals before? Kini, let's get one.
I don't believe we have, no.
No, you know what? Guess you're back. Oh, okay, she wants...
Looking for a fight, I'll be happy to oblige.
That's a lot of damage. Probably got the
That's
smoke
not as
bomb.
much damage.
Probably got the smoke bomb really quick because like one double hit from that new A and it was a bad time.
There are internal save checkpoints inside of the like if we can reach another ley line, like progress here should be the priority, I think.
Alright, I mean I want those items, and I'm probably gonna have to fight them all for it. I mean I kind of want experience too.
You're that new demon, aren't you? I don't think I ought to trust you.
Okay, she wants to fight. I accept that.
Well, if there's no trust between us, all that's left to do is fight.
She just contextualizes everything as fighting. Right,
I mean, they both got their swords raised already. Like.
Yep. She wants blood. Why would a boy like you bother talking to me? Mayhap, you want me to eat you? Not the way you're thinking. Look at food poisoning. Don't worry, I always carry medicine around with me. Here, you better take some just in case. To be careful of food poisoning.
That's genuinely helpful.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Sure.
Fuck it. My lord. Alright. Whatever.
It's like the inherent whimsy of demons in these games that makes them so satisfying to talk to.
Not every interaction
don't do that overall. Not every interaction that suddenly changes tone necessarily goes from good to bad. Sometimes like it's funnier when someone like is implicitly super threatening and then is like, but make sure to take care of yourself and always eat 3 meals a day and drink water and I love you, and then they leave.
Yeah, I just get kind of baffled when it happens and it's like, oh, okay, thanks. Yeah, let's get through with this. Yeah, you know what time it is. It's always Hospitobi time, except she's resistant. That's okay. We have ways of dealing with her. That way, mostly. 122 damage. Good fucking lord, Yerlunger. Dude, you hit her so hard she turned essence. It's fucked up.
Just compressed her.
Oh, cool. We got $30,000. I'll take it. And a magic mirror. Alright, no, we already got that item, so... Oh, right.
It's time for platforming puzzles!
Alright, let's be careful here. I'm gonna let these ones go off because I don't want to get knocked down there.
So I remember there was one of those sort of Baltius / Radon moments in the opening weeks of SMT5 because these things were cranked to go off way more frequently, and this segment was way harder, and folks would completed it like with some difficulty, and then they patched the segment to be like a million times more approachable. So there's a certain amount of like, well, I beat it week 1 kind of in the community concerning the platforming stuff here, but it used to be pretty mean, I remember.
Yeah, that's a little bit more old SMT too, from what I've gathered.
My duty is to remain here and secure an escape route. Next to the elephant's foot.
Yeah.
Archangel Abdiel has already headed further in. You should follow her lead.
There's quite a few elephant's foots around here. What's this even made of? Magatsuhi and rock, probably? Or
Oozing Magatsuhi.
what was that Magatsuhi? Is that the human juice, the soul juice?
Magatsuhi is the general energy of
that's right.
of demons.
Maka's money, Magatsuhi, soul juice. Got it. It was cool. We got one of these. I'm not even gonna bother really checking our fusions till we finish this dungeon, or if we need to.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine. The one place you might want to check or like do a fuse or whatever is like right before the final boss of this dungeon, if we have trouble with it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And we got plenty of slots here, so I kind of just want to have a big net pile of stuff to take advantage of. Okay, looks like a platform. Nope. Alright, let's see. Okay, just regen stuff. Pretty generous so far, though. It's like these weird little, like, tiny dead ends. Okay, no, that is a jump point. Okay. Oh, okay, you do run towards me. Oh, hey, that dude. You wanna, like, join me or something?
It's Hanuman.
Hanuman.
Is he even worth? He's 46. Is he even worth picking up?
Maybe.
Let's see what
we got space. Demon's grimacing. What will you do?
Oh, he hates looking at you for some reason. I mean, he is a chimp. Like, or like, no, he's not a chimp. He's like a macaque monkey. But monkeys in general, like, that kind of grimace can mean a lot of different things.
I will bow politely to this old man.
Youngsters are so respectful these days.
There we go. See,
I love the youth.
I saw the beard. I thought, old man. I'm looking for allies, buddy. Oh.
Oh, okay. I mean, respect that too.
And then he immediately tries to fight. Oh, how dare you?
It's not even that tough is the thing. It's just base Megiddo. Probably could have done more damage if he pulled that Agidine.
Oh dear. Alright, let's try this again. So you're the newcomer to these parts, aren't you? Curious, what kind of demon are you? Amicably. Very good, very good. So while you're at it, you wouldn't mind offering a gift or two. There we go. What to do? Some money. Sure, they get 1 money. Pain in the ass, but okay. More maca. How about something else? There we go. Wait, why is Moobot saying thank you for subscribing to Fi? I don't see any other notification that Fi subscribed. What? Well, if you just resubscribed, Fi, thank you very much. I'm actually playing Endless Dungeon Warfare after the stream. The beta. Name's Genma Hanuman. Good to meet ya. That's freaking me out, Moobot. Go home, Moobot. You're drunk. Actually, we'll probably find some more flavor crystals on the ground. Like right here. Might as well grab it. Oh, dang, you heard me. Yeah, Fi had a extra beta buddy pass because I guess she bought the special version. It looks pretty fun now.
Every time this dungeon track starts up with a bunch of robots on screen, I just keep thinking about like a bunch of hair metal guys or something. Like,
got some real glam rock going on here. Buddy, did you just like resubscribe? Fi, because I didn't get my any other notification other than fucking Moobot. Well, thank you for the resub. That is so weird. It's like not even on my activity feed. Like, what do you know, Moobot? Very likely Yoshitsune is going to be dicing up one of these guys. There it goes. There it is! Yeah, no, you're far more reliable than Moobot. Oh lord. Fucking horse destroyed. Alright, I have a feeling you're not going to do actual enough damage to kill that guy with physical attacks, so we're going to play a caution here and pop him like a balloon. That's right, glory to you and your house. Let's see. Alright. Horse moving again. I do like the crusty bits that remind you should jump. Oh, wait, did I see a tire? Okay.
I'm intrigued to see how you do with this jumping puzzle, honestly, because I remember it actually had, although obviously I was doing it like week 1 when the frequency of the things was way higher. At the same time, though, like the actual mechanics of this thing where you're jumping over, like the layout of this room did not change. So I'm kind of intrigued to know how this goes for you, because I was stuck here for a while. I have terrible spatial orientation.
Oh, my spatial memory is excellent, and also I've been playing Void Stranger, which is a Sudoku puzzle game, so I am very, not only very good at spatial awareness, I am also quite warmed up. Also, just gonna recommend again to folks in general, not just Francine here, Void Stranger. It's a Sudoku puzzle game that goes super rabbit hole deep. I have been taking notes. I now have 2 image files and keeping notes on, and a notepad file. One of those image files is for fucking mashing things together, just in case. I haven't been told to do that yet. I'm just doing it because something's telling me I should try it. You should get also
speaking of
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, I was just gonna keep advertising that game I really like.
I was speaking of advertising games.
Yeah.
Slave Zero X now has a release date.
It's February, right?
It's the February the 21st, which is my birthday.
Yeah.
Which we didn't intend at all. The people at marketing messaged me and we're like, no shit, really? Crazy. So that's complete coincidence, which is completely insane, but there you go.
Happy birthday. Yep, you share a birthday with one of the Slave Zero games. That is
absolutely going to be a killer birthday. I feel like if there's any one birthday gift that anyone wants to get me this year, just buy yourself a copy of Slave Zero X when it releases on February the 21st. Although I believe pre-orders will be available before then. They're not currently, but they will be. So
I am 100% getting it myself. So I like fascinated about Wargame having a turn Overwatch on as a setting options menu. The pulse ball. Like I got an item I didn't recognize. Amrita shower.
Oh, okay. that's like a full party Amrita soda.
That I could see getting a lot of use.
Yeah, that's pretty damn useful.
Yeah, the only thing that's actually gonna hurt me on this puzzle is. Is it gonna? Okay, it's not. Oh, this is a reverse timing. Oh, and I just touched it with my nose. I figured it was that sensitive. Okay, so I was right to be overly cautious. Yeah, because you cannot fight that at all. Okay, do I have time to run through all of them? I think I do.
Oof. Felt very close. I don't know if it was, but
it probably was. I think it went off right as I passed. Like, I had maybe like half a second, so it wasn't as tight as it could be. Oh, okay, I see. This is a trickier timing right here. I have a feeling I can't go between them.
I wouldn't try it.
But I'm going to because I don't really have a choice right now. There it goes. Okay, there is a little bit of a gap in the
There's
timing.
only two of them, so.
Yeah, I realized real quick, well then I'm not getting past it because the way they go off, it's alternating. These have enough space in between them, I believe. But they don't actually.
No, but you need it.
I imagine it did, and it gave me the courage to go on. That wasn't too bad.
Yeah, that was a million times more forgiving than I remember it being.
God, yeah, that I can see how easily frustrating that could be. Hey, it's a little party over here. Little cutscene over here. Hi, Dominion.
The fuck?
I don't know, this castle looks pretty relaxing for my eyes, actually. That's why I tend to go evil in most games, because the colors are nicer for me.
Well, worth remembering that chaos isn't necessarily evil in these games, but I get what you mean.
Yeah, so to speak. I feel like I'm getting a chance to do a Grand Betrayal soon. You know,
I will let you know when a genuinely like influential choice can be made. I would say this game really does push those up towards the back. It feels like it was trying its hardest not to do the thing that prior SMTs do, which I'm sad that it didn't do this. Honestly, I think that's one of the weaknesses of 5. But they went out of their way to make sure that it's very, 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 very obvious when you are making like a route commit choice or whatever. And I believe you're capable of committing to any route pretty much right up until the final choice. And there's like minor things that will change depending on whether the game has logged you as like, oh, you are a true supporter of chaos, you are a true supporter of law, you are a true supporter of X or Y other thing or whatever. Like the game is keeping a tally on your actions in optional situations to determine what it thinks you are. If its appraisal of you differs from the choice you eventually make, there will be consequences, but they're very minor, and you can choose any ending that you want ultimately. So I wouldn't worry about locking yourself out of anything until the very obvious final choice pops up.
Okay. I mean,
whereas in previous games, it was very easy to like completely lose out on shit just because you answered random questions without understanding what was being asked of you.
It suits me because I like to really wait until the last second to make decisions on things. Like, it's just, like, I'd like to have all the information I can possibly have before deciding what to do.
I think for me personally, at least, I was a little bit disappointed with this as an approach because I think part of the interesting thing about the SMT alignment system is finding yourself committed to a path that you maybe didn't even realize you were going down or whatever, because that feels more true to like how real life ideological shift happens than like, I am going to choose to side with these people like right now or whatever, having previously not been affiliated with them. Like being railroaded into a specific outcome because your actions created that outcome rather than a conscious choice, I feel like is something that's valuable in the older games, and it is a little bit of a shame it's not here. But I think there's some other cool stuff they do with alignment. So
yeah, I mean, it's funny because I agree with you, but I'm cool with it in this case because it just makes it easy on my brain.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I'm good either way, but technically the more interesting option, in my opinion, is, you know, the older style. And they catch you off that in, like, I think notable game for it is Pillars of Eternity. In the DLC, you can try to convince, it's like the main quest of the DLC, you can try to convince the entity you're talking to commit to a certain action, but he'll actually argue if you're bringing up your past actions.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And so if you've done certain things, you literally cannot convince him to do a certain outcome. Because he'll call you out on it. And I think that's pretty cool. And it's like, I definitely have different tastes in this kind of thing than like a lot of people I talk to. There's a lot of my friends who are frustrated by things in games that I actively like look for. And it can make talking about video games a little difficult sometimes, or just media in general, because of how widely differing our tastes can be. How something they actually absolutely loathe is something I absolutely love.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. The older I get, the more I appreciate friction in games. Like when a game is deliberate, maybe not even deliberate, but when a game has frustration in it, or its conditions or controls or something are awkward, like that actually like lends something to it for me. Like the sort of the uncomfortable tension between like a desirable outcome and a frustrating path there or whatever is something that I feel like a lot of games have kind of abandoned, and not just like in terms of difficulty, but stuff like awkward or complicated systems, or like slow pacing, or like the need to grind or something. Like again, I don't think these games should be like groaning under the weight of their own difficulty or anything like that, and certainly not difficulty that comes from purely like poor construction. But I feel like the modern experience can sometimes feel a little bit too frictionless in a way that makes the game almost like self-playing, and then at a certain point, like the engagement is like it's lost. It's like, why am I not just watching this on YouTube or something?
Left Alive isn't a bad thing to bring up, because I know you're a big fan of it, and it's a very flawed game. But they tried something. I don't think it worked out, but they tried something, and that's interesting.
I like games that try stuff. I like games that are idiosyncratic.
I'd rather they try it.
5 was a little bit of I think 5 benefited from being this sort of brand new thing in terms of the open world and the platforming and stuff like that, because if it was just a prior SMT game but with all these additional quality of life improvements, I don't think it would have been anywhere near as interesting to me, like theoretically. Like the fact that they did take a swing towards something the series hadn't done before was partly what made the other stuff like a little bit more palatable to me, because honestly, I think SMT has always traded in and been very successful at being a game that is hard to play, not in terms of like raw difficulty, although certainly some of them are really difficult, but like engaging with the systems themselves can be a little bit like obscure and arcane and like complex, and I think that's part of the atmosphere that it's building. I think games have forgotten that like making someone bored or making someone frustrated or whatever are also like colors you could use in your palette.
Yes.
Even if they happen unintentionally.
I fully agree with that. I mean, one of my favorite games of all time is Pathologic 2, and that is a game that really, really does that.
Oh yeah.
Also, that guy's fucking dead. Alright, let's try talking to this guy.
This is something cool about this game, about you playing it now, whatever, is that this will give you the most seamless introduction with the minimal amount of friction to the series, and then you can go back a little bit more prepared to deal with that additional friction.
Oh, he's got the all caps voice. I want to do the all caps voice.
Go ahead.
You smell like a human. Are you human? I eat some human food. Human food's all nasty, all full of bad chemicals and poisons. Use this to cleanse your body. Thanks. Later. He's not wrong, and I hate that. Wow, that is a +3 agility.
Hi.
Oh yeah, got Bahama one. Do we have light flow armor for this. What are we getting rid of for this one? We were getting rid of the
Rita, maybe? I mean, the additional cure status elements is nice, but I don't know.
I don't think I'm going to use it.
I think Rita out of there. It's moderate as well, which is going to get outpaced soon.
Well, you notice that I'm not even running up a healer most of the time now.
Yeah.
Such as my comfort level. The healer's mostly for in-between battles. Usually lean into Abscess as world bosses even more. I mean, they might even do a more heavily focused and open world kind of SMP next time for all we know. Because, like, this is definitely like a proof of... It feels like a proof of concept in a lot of ways. Okay, I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. And now it's like, okay, they've established a lot of, like, introductory mechanics in this one. Maybe they're going to try to go a bit harder in certain directions in the next one.
I think the key thing is that they need to iterate quickly, because like this game, obviously, you know, it's been a couple years since this game came out. Well, I don't necessarily expect to be seeing news about SMT6 anytime soon, but I think a lot of people expected there to be like a revised edition of this game with like an additional story element or like sort of, you know, game of the year style additional content and stuff rolled in, which is something that they've done with prior SMT games. That's kind of what Apocalypse was in some ways. That hasn't been announced or talked about in any real capacity. It definitely brought SMT back as like a concern at a time when people were kind of seeing this being swallowed up by the massive, all-eclipsing light of Persona as a series, which is a spin-off that totally devoured its parent series. I think that we will get an SMT6. I would like them to start talking about it sooner rather than later, because I think that going another like near decade or whatever without an SMT game is going to like that would be really frustrating.
I mean, I'm someone who is now a Devil May Cry fan, though I didn't wait as long as some fans because I came into DMC4 pretty late. But that's how I feel about like Dragon's Dogma, though. A game that like I had to give a lot of chances to, but I'm glad I did because I love it and I'm ready for the next installment. Even without announcements for a very long time.
See, I'm more of a DMC person than Dragon's Dogma person, so I'm very happy for all my friends who are into Dragon's Dogma 2 and are incredibly excited for it, and certainly they deserve it more than I deserve DMC 6 after how good 5 was and how recent it was, but I also really desperately want DMC 6, and I know it isn't going to work on a DMC 6 until Dragon's Dogma 2 and a handful of DLC or something are out the door. I'm impatient.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you're probably gonna get DMC 6. Since I like both of them, it's fine for me. It's extra fine just waiting. Oh, you're out of juice. That's not good. Alright, well, let's watch out. You should soon. Ow! Dang, that do hit hard. Wow, that wasn't weak. Hey, Oberon, this is teed off for you. Just give him a little poke. There you go. Hey, Alice. It's gonna be weird when I merge her or something. Alright, let's go swap out Yoshitsune because he's out of juice for the moment. Let's bring in... I mean, kind of just in the mood to bring out Black Frost again. There's enough things of ice weakness around these parts. Okay, yeah, I see how this works. Alright, so that is a no-go down there.
Don't ask me, this dungeon is all a fucking blur in my memory. I will say, I do wish this dungeon had a little bit more visual variety internally, but that's dungeons. That's dungeons in fucking every SMT game ever. They all, like, use the same tile set all the way through. They always have. They probably always will.
Yeah, it's the style. I personally like mixing it up because it makes it easier for people to landmark where they are more easily. I'm all about...
It's certainly...
Oops. Okay.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay, so big thing I'm concerned with, given my needs, is like I get visually overstimulated. I mean, I get sensory overstimulation in general quite a bit. So anything that like helps me process things a little faster is a mechanic I really, really dig. Yeah, it's probably the way forward over there. But let's take a slightly different route.
I think the frustration inherent to SMT dungeon crawling, which is normally pretty high because they're deliberately very, very dense, a lot of floors, a lot of bosses, like interstitial bosses and stuff, and usually some kind of puzzle mechanic or whatever. It's been mitigated a little bit here because you can do things like avoid the random encounters by physically running around them. You see where demons are, like you know how stuff is supposed to be approached, and like there's a little bit less of the like achingly slow, like click a switch to move this other switch kind of stuff of the like pre-dynamic physics like SMT like platforming and stuff like that. That said, I think this dungeon was a little bit less memorable for me than maybe some of the, again, because of that friction. Like, when I think about the breaking into the nightmare system in SMT3, having to deal with Kaiwan flipping those switches constantly, it was incredibly frustrating. I fucking hate that dungeon, and I fucking hate that guy, but damn, I remember it. And that said, you know, got some good memories from this one, too. I remember fondly being knocked off of a million ledges by fucking giant evil fans.
I forgot how much these guys hurt.
Running into a million Ouroboros.
So, just to continue to plug the game I'm really enjoying, Void Stranger is a game with a lot of friction in it.
I've heard it mentioned a handful of times. Like I've seen 2 or 3 people talk about it. It might be something I check out, but I just have so little time right now for new games. I'm just getting into Rise, Sunbreak, like the X-Pack finally after all this time, and even that's going very slowly because I just don't think I have time to play like at 3 in the morning.
I will say try to avoid spoilers on it in case you do get to it, because that's a game that's really worth kind of just cracking on your own.
Oh, you got it.
And same for anyone else, but I really want folk to try it. I think it's something potentially very special. I don't even know how far I'm into it. I haven't seen like a single ending for the game yet.
I value your recommendations highly, so...
It's a game that like asks for a lot of patience from the player, because you're going to be doing the same puzzles over and over again. Void Stranger. And that has an itch.io page that you should get it from, because it gives you a Steam key anyway. It gives the developers a better cut. Like, look at the gameplay. If the base level gameplay looks tolerable to you, then I say go for it. If you cannot stand that sort of game, you might not have a great time. I'm still enjoying it. There's actually a bot for Void Stranger on my backlog if folk want to check it out. In fact, I'm going to save it just because I can point to that. I want folk to try it. I'm hearing from folk deeper into that it's really fucking good, so... Yeah, I'm fighting a lot of new Ace right now.
Yep. I'd say no news is good news, but honestly, I do rather like having them around. They're very charming.
They are. It's that base. Oh.
Although I believe that the Japanese pronunciation is Nue.
Very new age.
So that would break the pun. So.
I think it has a lot of nuance to it. Pronunciation. Yeah, you don't hear me in average Friday stream. I turn that shit up to max.
It's a hearty recommendation for the Friday streams right there.
I don't know. Not enough NP to recover. I'm hopefully don't have to hit to the previous checkpoint too soon. Wait a second. Did I not progress forward? What's going on here? Hold on. There are angelic corpses on the ground.
Oh, seems like those guys did real great.
Good job, team. Way to break an entire leg. Oh. There was another door path I could have taken. I think I will go to that door in case there's a save point behind it. Oh, well, I'm here now. Okay, it's back this way, kinda. Only kinda. Alright, I'm gonna... Actually, no, I'm gonna go back. And we'll run through that real fast. I am no fool.
I try to remember whether what you're up against right now is an interstitial boss of some kind, or whether it's actually already the end of the dungeon.
Either way, I'm going to be prepared for it.
Oh yeah, for sure, but
I'm not even going to take an interstitial boss, like, unseriously. Alright, let's go. Got all these wild horsemen, so majestic and free. You could hear your mouse wheel rotate, damn. Thingy.
I like a big mechanical wheel. This one is made of metal, and you can click it in and spin it at high speed, or you can have it like just go like click 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 click, click like that, like a
okay.
like a gauge or something. I love that. I've got it. My mice have got to be like big and weird and mechanical if I can help it. This one has like one of those like alternating weight size thing you can like pop up at the bottom, and there's some space in there for throwing in little weights that come with it.
Yeah, you got a proper gamer mouse, it sounds like.
Yeah. I put all the weights in there because I just like it to be heavy.
Yeah, no, mine has all the weights in. My mouse preference is something that's not too loud and will not fall apart. We have a lot of hair around this house between like all the small animals we have and humans with long hair. So like occasionally I have to go and like carefully extract like a hair blocking a sensor using a tweezer. This wasn't too bad for a run back.
Okay, no, this is
cool.
not the final boss.
Oh, Chernobog. That's a name I recognize.
Love Chernobog's design. All-time Kaneko classic.
Got little mushrooms around him. Chernobog's a god of, like, death or decay, right?
Yes, but he's not especially well attested, actually. There's, like, some debate over whether or not he was a real god in the Slavic tradition. But either way.
I mean, you know, the only Cherno I truly recognize is, blue. She'd beat this guy in a fight. She is the strongest after all. Death to Bethel, Bethel to Bethel.
Beth to Bethel.
Mom. Let's see, Chernobog always brings blood to mine. Oh, really? You are not a huge fan of that one. Anyways, Mahamon. I see. He's got like the whole mushroom thing going on though, which is pretty neat.
I believe that's supposed to reflect his supposed role as like the deity that brings on autumn and winter, decaying from the summer and spring of Bielebog. His sort of his white equivalent, the white god and the black god, as they are termed in the cosmology they're supposed to come from. Again, though, it's unclear whether he was actually worshipped in this capacity or whether this was like a later invention of like folks who misinterpreted or just like sort of elaborated on existing texts without fully understanding them. But either way, he's here now because describing a god like makes it that's enough for it to exist in SMT as if it takes the devs' whims, and certainly Chernobog has been a series staple for a while now. There's a very memorable appearance in Digital Devil Saga where he will create a shadow copy of members of your party to assist him.
Oof.
So you can frustrate him by deliberately equipping them with extremely weak mantras.
There it is. Oh, he does a little wiggle.
Yeah, a little wobble. His hat also wobbles when he does his little yell.
He's like so goofy, I love it. Let's see, give me the deets. What do you do? Physical attacks in Mobadoon. I think he's gonna do a Mobadoon. I think he's gonna do a Marmaduke. I'm gonna actually deal with that. Kind of annoyed that the one demon asked for a dark screener, or dark dampener earlier. With respect.
Yeah, dampeners are kind of a tough one to part with in a lot of ways, honestly.
Yeah, it's just of all the ones he could have asked for, he asked for like a really annoying one. And let's rotate around and then we're actually gonna do some buffs. I don't like my attack lower situation, but I'll have to work that. You know what? It's time. Look at that. Flatch.
Hell yeah.
Oh, fuck at you. Yeah.
Oh my god.
What an asshole. Apparently I should have just done a physical dampener. Made a black god and still used in Ukraine to this day. I still think of that Finnish man shouting percolate and scaring away a bear.
Percolate.
Which I didn't know about till after I saw someone play Fear and Hunger 2, and as soon as the character Berkeley was like introduced, he started laughing really hard and had to show everyone the video.
I just remember the button that allowed you to yell percolate in the Sauna 2000 simulator.
Amazing.
Which, given that that is a covert horror game where you are pursued by a demon at one point, you can't just like stand there and yell percolate at it a whole bunch.
See, I thought you were about to say My Summer Car, because you said you could shout percolate at My Summer Car. I would not be surprised.
I believe you can also do that there.
Okay. What a good game, My Summer Car.
Absolutely. I've kind of been thinking about revisiting it recently.
The fiction
Very
immediately
calming.
establishes why this car, and that's something that makes me laugh super hard.
I remember I played it for the first time back, or like saw someone play it for the first time back when, right before they added that cutscene. Like that was something that came along later in early access, and it was a very funny addition.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like why all cars? Why this one? And I'm not gonna tell people what, because it's something it's worth watching
you find
yourself.
out pretty quickly why this car is important to you.
Yeah, literally the first thing. All right, so
When I was growing up, there was a period in the like late 2000s where Danish crime drama became extremely popular in UK television, starting with Forbury Delson, The Killing. And on that program, they would very regularly use the sort of Danish equivalent of like a perkele or a fuck, where they'd go "forfende" like that, which irrevocably made its way into my vernacular as a result.
alright, something I need to check here a little bit. Right, I should have the thing of Pommel in. I forgot you had Pommel on. Fuck. Well, you know what? Let's just ride with this guy for now. He hits pretty hard. Yeah, okay, that's actually fine, despite not having the crit effect. Yeah, let's do this. He really likes to hit Jovian. Eat it, buddy. Can you fucking not? Can you fucking not? Jesus Christ.
Starting to get a little bit more resistance here. I feel like the last couple bosses have gone down relatively quickly, but
Thing is like, I'm actually afraid Jovian's gonna miss. So we're gonna be very cautious here. And then I'm gonna hit the fucking golden apple here. We're gonna guard because you like to pick on Jovian, so you know what? Let's make it a little bit more painful for you. Yeah, this guy is annoyingly aggressive. Let's, I want to check Jovian really quick. Okay, you don't have a darkness resist or weakness. That's good. You don't. You do. That's a problem. Alright, so this round we're gonna swap out Yoshitsune after he gets an attack off. God. You could Black Frost it. Or Alice it. Black Frost is gonna be better out.
I mean, we don't have any other like heavy hitters as far as Hamon is concerned.
We really don't. Not to my memory here. Like Oberon's like okay, but I would not call him a heavy hitter. In Falcon.
Might be a major heavy hitter in terms of like weakness, but have we considered Lamu?
Well, we got.
Do you have a white Turkey Strike on power? He's 44 though. He's kind of a little bit below level here. I think try out Lamu.
Lamu could come in.
I know he doesn't have Hama, but he does have
Decent magic.
Bufudine hits pretty hard, and Silt of Ruin I think could actually like because it's gonna get a Sukunda effect on him in addition, and he's primarily using physical when he's attacking us here. So
Okay, all right. So this is what we're going to do.
additionally, Lamu also has like a block on Dark, so.
Alright, so I'm gonna swap out Eden for Lamu right now. I'm gonna hit you with I could hit you lower defense too, but let's try Silver Ruin first. I haven't seen it in a while. Alright, that's cool.
Nice damage and an accuracy down. I call that a win. Love that wiggle.
Yep. Alright, so we do have to change out Yoshitsune. I want to put in that Black Frost now.
He has a Reflect on Dark. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
I mean, it'll get blocked back, but...
It'll be funny. Alright, Salt of Ruin, and then I'm throwing on a Biz Dampener.
Smart.
Alright. Bait set.
How about that?
Alright, still took a big hit on Jovian, but that's recoverable.
I'll take it.
Okay. And watch ya. I'm actually gonna drop another Physical Dampener next. And I'm gonna start Makunaing him. Could have out of Runda, but let's do this. Did your Lunker have a Homoin spell? No, you didn't. You just hit real good. It's okay. This is the Physical Dampener time. Love him. It's a good sound. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh, it's just one block. I got it. Oh, well, guess what? Fuck you anyway. Now it's time. Silver. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Christ. Yeah, we're hitting this guy like the Wrath of God here. Wiggles menacingly. Right, we don't know how much HP you have, despite doing the spyglass. Alright, I do have to be somewhat cautious here, as much as I hate it. Fuck you. Oh my... Ah! Oh, you deserve that, you piece of shit. I can't remember doing this guy, I'm pretty sure. So, hey, have a little silver rune. Time to get you all nice and stinky. You're longer...
I think a well-placed Bufudyne might actually end this.
No.
Nope, not quite, but damn,
and
436.
That is bad news for us, because he's gonna... No.
Oh!
Oh, Jovian saying fuck you!
That's the Silt of Ruin, baby. Too covered in mud.
And then Jovian gives him a little, like, fucking nut tap of death. Oh, that felt pretty good considering how much he was bullying. Can you please eat the very he heart of my being? Maybe you decorate your he home office? Yeah, I already got your essence. What a weird thing to say.
You already have a decoration in your he home office.
Like, I mean, after learning about, Welcome to the Cum Zone, I don't like this idea of your essence being used as decoration. In Cyberpunk, you can become.
$2047. What makes someone a criminal?
I could do a little hoppy hop. Maybe that's the way forward. Or maybe that's the item zone. I don't know. What do you think, New Light? Oh, you got me.
Now that we've seen Chernobyl again, I realized we are actually only about halfway through the dungeon. It was very, very, very early of me to be saying this could be the final boss. But I just, like I said, this whole dungeon was kind of a blur to me in some ways. I didn't even remember Chernobyl was in here.
One of those times, Squeedo, you should just be kind of grateful for the ignorance. Your longer is really just proving his worth.
Easily one of our highest damage outputs right now. Actually, those 400s in the Chernobyl fight were extremely impressive.
Yeah, dude just kept pumping them out. Did not give a single fuck. Okay, there's nothing on the end of that platform. There's some nuggets over here. There's like not like a reason to like drop down from there to anywhere, I don't think. I mean, this is a good, like, I guess, point of view on the maze as a whole, even though I've passed through it once, in case you needed another look. That's the way forward, it appears. It's a new age. I got Hydra Essence. Nice. What, are you guys gonna despawn or are you gonna stick around? Oh my god, they make little boing noises when they move. Later. Oh, we got a little talker over here. Out of reach.
I think this dungeon is interesting because it's the first time in the game that you're progressing through like a wholly original environment as opposed to something that resembles like a destroyed part of Tokyo or whatever. I mean, like even the school dungeon is like you're in a school that has been overrun or whatever. Like
sure.
the Diet building that you go into earlier. Like this is the first time you're in a sort of wholly netherworld environment in that sense.
Oh, that's a hint. Okay.
While I was out exploring, I was sent tumbling through the air by a sudden gust of wind and ended up somewhere else entirely. Oh, whoops. Oh my god, I didn't even... It took a lot of effort to get back to where I was before. That's how tired I am. I was, like, looking at the Twitch stream, and I completely... I read the text when it turned over the Twitch stream, and then I forgot to turn back to the... Should you find yourself whisked away, take care not to lose track of your position.
Got it, homeboy.
One of these times, this demon is gonna spin up, and I'm gonna do a Matt Berry voice. Or I'm gonna try.
Alright. Perfectly normal horse over here. Hey, working a set of wings, and those angel chumps are scared of our little wind. Bet those dumbasses don't even realize they gotta get blown around to get to the other side. Gotta get blown.
Thanks, dude.
Horse understands, sometimes you just gotta get blown.
I was gonna make that joke earlier when one of the angels talked about like running around in the castle and being blown away or whatever, but I resisted. So I'm glad that I let you take point on that one.
Oh, I will. Yeah. I can jump down. I like that giant cook pot because I'm pretty sure it's entirely decoration. What if it's not, though? Okay, so you got those three right there. Is there anything down there I want? It's just fights down there, ain't it?
Pretty much. It's essentially like don't fall down here. Like.
Yeah. Alright, and send speed to hell. Okay. Oh, and you got a cute little item perch up there. Okay. Okay. Dang, these things are loud as hell. Oh, yeah, I see. That was risky. Oh. Want item. Okay, cool, we got replacement light shards. Literally don't have to buy those now. Alright, I want the middle one, it looks like. Actually, I think either of those will work on the end. No, nope, it's only this one. But I double checked. Right here. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
How are you, time-wise?
I got about half an hour left.
Okay,
max.
we have time to keep pushing forward then, it looks like. Well, let's actually recover before I move forward. It would behoove me to do so. You know, because the horses... Oh, I'm already at full. Okay. There's enough chicken nuggets in the ground. What is that, like, metaphor, analogy I really liked of, like, why does everyone ask loudly, you know, say loudly they want to date someone and I'm around? You know? Like, it's like saying you want a hot dog when there's a perfectly good hot dog laying in the ground outside.
Oh shit, King Key.
it occurred to me I can just maybe recruit this guy.
I think we might be able to. I love Kinky's design here. This dude owns.
We can get him.
Alright, I've got this one.
Alright, I'm gonna call up to him.
When did you get here? You wanna talk? Say, why's your hair so long?
Just my style, buddy.
I don't think I saw a God Must Smite Heretics the first time. Yeah, maybe long hair was popular in the human world a long time ago. Stop clinging to the past, man. That's just sad. I've got nothing to say to you.
Judging my cool hair.
You know, you kinda got some human stink on ya.
I used to be human.
Huh. Wait, I've heard about someone like that. Are you? You're Jovian Jokestar, right? I've heard about you.
Everyone's heard about Jovian.
Way I hear it, you're really making waves out there. Makes me wonder if I should get in on that. Let's see. See, so this guy specifically, Kinky is one of 3 Oni who are summoned by the, actually I think it might be a total, no, it's 4 Oni. He's one of 4 Oni, named Onis, who are summoned by the sorcerer Fujiwara no Michizane, and of them, he is described as having skin like armor, which is why he's given this sort of metallic look to him, and I absolutely love it. The back of his head is designed to look like a kind of helmet called a Kawari Kabuto, which was a helmet with a weird crest on it.
It's like a
very popular
fishtail.
during the Sengoku period. They kind of made them out of papier-mâché a lot of the time, apparently, or the equivalent thereof. His, though, is integrated directly into the back of his skull.
The cat wants out of the bedroom. Give me a second. So I don't know if I told you, Francine, but we are moving on the 20th of October.
Oh.
So there might be some service interruption for the streams here. But I'll be having a new office space to do my streaming from, and that'll be pretty cool.
Ooh, excellent. You gonna be getting a new mic or anything to go with that? I think your current mic works just fine.
Oh, the current mic works fine, but also I'm kind of having to go about on finances for a bit because
yeah, well, I mean, the stresses of moving and stuff in general.
Money's just going to be tight for a bit, which is why, if folk may have noticed, I've been pushing, supporting his stream just a little bit harder than usual. I kind of hate doing it. I hate advertising. Something about it just inherently bothers me, asking for money. I kind of hate money, honestly.
Well, let me tank that one for you, because I certainly have no qualms doing it. Everyone go subscribe to Duke. Seriously, it's absolutely worth it. You support great streams like this. You support a person who's working extremely hard to maintain their connection, their like spiritual connection with a being on this planet from their own otherworldly star reality. And you just facilitate like good stuff. If you like what's here and you like showing up every week and stuff like that, you want to see more of this, absolutely subscribe.
It is September.
Now is the moment.
That means I think new subs. Oh, and speaking of which, Count Von Turtles sub. Thank you so much. Yeah, so it's September.
There you go.
Folks, so I think it's half off for new subscriptions, and on the last week it's half off for gift subscriptions. So if you want to support me by doing gift subs, wait till the last week of September. And then, support your favorite streamers through that method then.
Thank you very much, Count, for that sub. Count is a badass friend of mine.
Oh, I really appreciate it. Seriously, every little bit helps. Like, you know, this is never gonna be a full, like, career type of support, but, like, with how little income I get in general, it's actually really huge for me. So, I appreciate it a ton.
We're trying to take care of each other.
Exactly, and it's something I endeavor to do as well when I can. And let's just go whack this little star dude here. I mean, I didn't know anything about SMT really until, like, I started playing this. It's been a crash course with Francine here.
I'm the big SMT bitch.
Seems like a t-shirt idea. And just get, like, the most, like, cunty looking Jovian on the front.
I mean, I just appreciate the opportunity to, like, so something that my wife has tolerated for a long time is me just, like, going off on tangents about, like, odd religious or occult or, like, mythological trivia, apocrypha, etc. that I've just become fixated on at any given moment.
Counter punch!
Kinky, why?
Oh man, this is just like Baki. Oh, I should have paid attention to the fact that he punched me. Also, I think we lost the one we recruited, didn't we? Rip to a real one. Let's see if we can get him back. Hello, large gentleman. Mental gen.
Mental gen?
Fuck, maybe. Yeah.
Hey! I mean, it's straightforward. That's how Oni work, right?
I like it, yeah. There we go. Even cheaper than last time. Alright, let's actually save after getting that, because that was such a gimme that I don't want to have to recruit this guy yet again if we end up eating shit. Also, I'm gonna favor killing them first in future fights because they have that big physical AoE that is no slouch on the damage. I think one little thing I can observe about the jumping in this game is it feels a little stiff.
Okay, that was it. I would like to formally apologize to everyone. The 4 Oni did not belong to Sugawara Michizane. They belonged to Fujiwara no Chikata. I got the details about Kinki correct though.
Okay. So most of it's right, just like one little end of article correction.
I got the individual in question was named incorrectly.
Right.
The details about there being 4 Oni and Kinky, that's all fine, that's all great. You could use that in a PhD if you want to. You could put my name on it. You can like argue for your life with those details. Stake your life on those, absolutely. The other thing I got completely wrong. I didn't even get one part of the name right. I got a completely different. But everything else that I've ever said, you can definitely trust. Just that one thing was wrong. Don't ever trust. Don't ever worry about anything else I ever say. You can trust it all.
You know what, I'm gonna drop a win gem on this guy, and then Oberon's coming in the party a little bit because we got these guys, and
I mean, you could just talk to him and he'll leave.
I could, but I'm stubborn and a fool. I'm gonna go whack one of the other jerks really quick instead. And will we retaliate if I hit him with Divine Arrow Fall?
I think it has to be a physical attack, doesn't it?
I think so too, so we're gonna go try this. Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Alright, and this
I really think the Kaiwan shouldn't be hanging around here. This is kind of they're kind of lost they're kind of lost areas news, I feel like. They're just gonna get hurt.
Alright, don't mess up on this hospital, but there we go. Yeah, they don't feel too good, Mr. Stark. What's that? Yeah, looks like seal. Okay. No problem. Yep, sorry, buddy. There we go, now we're learning stuff.
Now you're learning with portals.
There's like a certain type of pain I feel whenever I see a modern game make the cake is alive reference. And
At this point, it's almost become quaint. It's almost looping back around into like, oh, haha, remember that?
yeah,
Like,
I mean, I'm not like actively annoyed. It's just like, you got me, you asshole.
I think the description of the cake is a lie as a meme might have been the first time that I heard the word meme. I think prior to that, I just thought of them as like internet jokes or something to that effect.
Hey, I got like the fucking memes in voice right now in my head, so.
Yeah, see, I didn't play the MGS games growing up. Otherwise, I would have heard memes much earlier.
Oh god. What, like MGSR was like 10 years ago?
When I say growing up, I mean more like I feel like some people actually played like MGS1 when they were a kid, and then MGS2, and then MGS3, and so that I came to the MGS series like in a very weird roundabout way because I remember I was always kind of tangentially aware of it until Metal Gear Rising became with a very strong recommendation from a friend of mine shortly after I kind of left home for the first time and was like finally living on my own and stuff like that, and I was like, fuck it, I'll pick this thing up and play it. And I had no context for any of the prior universe stuff or whatever, but MGR kind of explains itself to a degree. Played Metal Gear Rising, which is of course the furthest point in the timeline that exists, and then I went and saw every other MGS game, like in kind of not in reverse chronological. I did go back to MGS1, but like I did all that right before the release of 5, and then I played 5 when it came out. But man, like it was kind of interesting, honestly, because you get to see what the world is like in the future, and then sort of see how it got to that point. Like, there you go.
Yeah, like those guys have so much health. I'm just kind of decided.
There's no reason.
If
we need to come back and fight some more to grind when we hit the next boss or whatever, then we can. Like, it won't be hard to find them. But right now, like,
what's that down there? Kinda wanna look. It did. Oh fuck! Sorry, I was so enamored by that item over there. Can I jump there? How do I get there? Let's see. Boop-a-doo. Okay, probably the upper route. Kinky reminds you of Dajemon. Is that a Digimon? Digimon's the one of the series I'm not.
No, that is Daimajin that is not a Digimon. Daimajin is a kind of, I guess, technically a kaiju. I don't always think of him as a kaiju, although I guess he is. From a series of, I guess kaiju films or tokusatsu films about an enormous living statue that punishes evil called Daimajin. Usually comes to the assistance of a village or something that has been attacked unjustly. I haven't actually seen the Daimajin films myself, but I'm familiar with the design because it's been referenced in a lot of places and has like a very strong presence in Japanese pop culture. Daimajin, I believe, literally just means like great evil god or sort of great wicked god, which is funny because again, Daimajin is kind of portrayed as an arbiter of justice. So I think it'll also turn on people like when they behave wickedly. I think there's definitely a little bit of Daimajin in Kinky's design, but I swear to God, there's some other design in the larger SMT family that actually does like explicitly reference Daimajin.
That reminds me, by the way. Oh, I cannot recruit Pazuzu yet. A little dating advice for you folks at home, alright? You see a cute girl, but then you notice that she's wearing like a cross necklace. Squid, just a bit closer. Is that Jesus on the cross, or is that Ultraman? So that's Ultraman. Fucking shoot your shot, buddy. You're not gonna get another.
I mean, they could be a devotee of Yapul.
Harder to determine. I don't get the reference, but I feel like it'd be harder to determine.
When the Ultra Brothers were crucified, they were crucified by an agent of the monster Yapul, who is a recurring like sort of major antagonist alien in the Ultraman series, who is kept alive solely by his hatred for the Ultras, and will resurrect time and time again as long as he has that hatred in his heart.
Wow, what a fucking dick.
He's kind of infamous for taking on a lot of interesting forms and using some very like fucked up monsters. He creates most of the monsters that he summons, the UFO beasts or star beasts, and there's infamously a season where he spends a lot of time. Ultraman Ace, he spends a lot of time like transforming into a weird, ominous like hooded man with umbrellas. Not hooded, like he has like a cloak and like a big hat. And he carries balloons around, not umbrellas. What the fuck was I saying? A hooded man with umbrellas. I mean, a guy in a hat and a cloak with balloons. An ominous balloon salesman who would like trail around and sort of watch the events unfolding as he unleashed each monster on the city. Looks in his actual form, he looks kind of like a sort of stout crustacean humanoid with one massive crab claw. And yes, his creation is responsible for crucifying the Ultra Brothers.
Ultraman died
Eiji
for our
Tsuburaya, the
sins.
original creator of Ultraman, was actually Catholic, which is why that stuff is in there, and why in turn it's in Evangelion.
Oh, is he also involved with Evangelion? I don't know shit about Evangelion.
Oh no. So Anno grew up watching Ultraman a great deal. Evangelion is like more than anything, it is an Ultraman tribute. There's elements of like of other Toku stuff in there and a lot of other influences and stuff. Like it's not purely that, but when people talk about a lot of the elements that they found most compelling in EVA when it came over to the West, they were kind of talking about stuff that like it borrowed from Ultraman. Honestly, like the framing of the city-size battles, the color timer mechanic from Ultraman kind of becomes the power down mechanic where the Evas run out of power from their umbilical cord after a certain point. The idea of like these massive inscrutable beings coming to Earth or whatever and behaving bizarrely as they're like in like a sequence of events leading to a massive conflict. Like all of the format of EVA. So many of the like the choreography of EVA, like the fight choreography, the way that they encounter the proportions of the EVAs, like so many of these things. Even the fact that like the EVAs, the appearance of Adam, the giant of light or whatever in Evangelion, for those who are familiar with that part of it, is also again a reference to the Ultras from the Land of Light, like these massive humanoids of light who descend from. EVA is kind of like what if Ultraman landed and then humans did fucked up things to his body or whatever instead of celebrating him as a hero. But yeah, no. When Anno did Shin Ultraman, it was kind of funny because in a lot of ways, Evangelion is Shin Ultraman in real terms.
This guy does not rock.
Eiji Tsuburaya, big Catholic, put a lot of Catholic and Christian imagery into Ultraman. Most notably, like the idea of like Ultraman as a savior figure who like sacrifices himself for the planet on multiple occasions. And yeah, when they're crucified by Yapul, that was a very conscious addition by him, and that image stuck in Anno's brain and became a lot of the like crucifixes and pseudo-Christian imagery and stuff in EVA.
There you go, folks. I mean, I
highly recommend both Ultraman and Evangelion.
Is there one where I can kind of survey this safely? It might be this one. Here we go. Okay, so I see those little bastards right there. Did I make the correct choice? I think I did, actually. My choices do, in fact, matter. We're doing this. Oh, no, we're leaving.
Speaking of which, I got to be getting on my way to cook dinner. So after we get out of here,
Yeah,
I want to get out of here.
Yeah, why don't we just teleport back?
Yeah.
Because there's no way we're getting to a boss right now for our current time. We'll get to it tomorrow, though, in all likelihood.
Yeah, I think we have every chance of clearing this dungeon by the end of this week.
So wait, is Ultraman a Christian allegory? Is it like the TH3 Chronicles Narnia, where the lion is literally Jesus?
It's an allegory if it's anything, but again, I don't believe that the Catholicism is so deeply integrated into it that you're intended to come away as a Catholic or anything along those lines. It's more just that it influenced Tsuburaya's approach to portraying this kind of character. I have a friend of mine who is much more sort of deep into Ultra lore than I am and might be able to shed a little bit more light on it, but certainly Ultraman you're not intended to finish watching Ultraman and then go and sign up at your local church or anything along those lines. It is not a direct Christian allegory, and it's not, and it's also not going to reveal very suddenly that the land of light is actually heaven or something to that effect.
I mean, after all, we all know that heaven is a place on Earth.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow, Francine.
Yep.
Gonna slap this dungeon on the booty. All right, folks. I'll see you tomorrow. We're doing more of this. Same time, same place. Glad you came here. Tell your friends. Tell your lovers. Tell your enemies, maybe, if they're cool. Later.
Godspeed.